Hi guys, today I have a Whirlpool washer and electric dryer. Right now we're getting started with this extra large capacity direct drive washer, and I've got it filled up. And I've got a little bypass switch on the lid, which I'll remove before I get it listed up for sale. But this way you can see full submersion on the water. Agitator's getting started working, mixing all the clothes up. Just doing an excellent job getting everything clean. We get to control the actual water level right here. You've got a few different options on your temperature, what type of cycle you want to run, and everything like that. So I'm going to show you that it drains water out like it's supposed to and has a nice, fast, smooth final spin cycle before we move the clothes over to the dryer and show you that the dryer is working. Kind of as if you were standing here yourself checking it out. You get to see that everything's working perfect on them, and then I do get them listed up for sale from there. Now for the hookup of your washer, might consider a set of steel braided hoses like this pack here. I've got a link to both of these in the description. If you have trouble finding it, you can just click that. Also supports the channel, so we really appreciate that. But you can see here you've got blue for cold water, red, so it's easy to keep them apart. Now the steel braided is important because the cheap rubber ones have a tendency to swell and burst, and you definitely don't want that happening, especially if you're not home. And then a surge protector, there's many different styles, and I got a couple linked in the description. I kind of like this one because I'm always plugging other things in, but you can also get dedicated ones. You just want to make sure that it's 900 joules or higher, and that's going to protect your washing machine and the electronics on it. This one also has I believe that's a 4-foot cable on it too. So something like that to protect the electronics on it, super important. And this pretty much covers the washer. All right, it's working on draining that water out nice and fast. Not going to lift this up yet, but I will show you that it's spinning once we get to the final spin cycle. All right, final spin cycle. Just about got all the water extracted from those clothes, so it's the fastest this thing's going to spin. Now I can lift this up because I bypassed the little lid switch with just a little device that I have. I'll remove that so the lid switch will kick in and shut it down once you get this home and in place. But I like to do that so you can see it spinning nice and fast, smooth operation. And from here, nice, level, and smooth. Super important to make sure these are level front to back and side to side when you get them placed in. You got even floor. All right, now when talking about hooking up the dryer, a couple of things you're going to need. You're going to need to find out what type of power cord you're going to need. These are all considered accessories, and they do not come with a new dryer or a used dryer typically. This is a 3-prong power cord. It's like that there. Has 3 hookups for the back, and it's 30 amp. You want to make sure you don't get a 50 amp that has a straight one here. That's for a stove. You want to make sure you get the right one for a dryer. And I've got these linked in the listing description also for you there. Now this is a 4-prong, so it looks a little different, but it still has the L there versus a straight one, because they also sell this in a 50 amp for a stove. Very similar, so you want to make sure you get the right one for a dryer. You can take a picture of your plug in your laundry room and match it up, make sure you get the right one. This goes on the back of the dryer, and then it extends out to wherever your wall hookup is. Super important to make sure you get one. It's easy to use. A lot of them have a flathead screwdriver on it to tighten it down. I like these wings here. You could just do it by hand. It's so much easier because every 3 or 4 months you're going to want to take this off and clean it out, so this makes it a lot easier to do. And then lastly, I always recommend a good dryer sheet, and I do not do fabric softener in any of the washers that I use or the one at home. Fabric softener is like putting glue in your machine. Eventually it gums everything up. Use 2 or 3 of these and you get the same softness effect on your clothes, but it doesn't mess anything up. So that's kind of the essentials there for your dryer. Okay, now the washer clean and cleared out, and I put the lid switch back in place, so when this is spinning you lift this up. It's going to stop the machine. Nice safety feature there. Come over to the Whirlpool. Now this is a conservator, but both these machines are actually made by Whirlpool. This one's got a high heat, no heat, low heat, and automatic with wrinkle prevent. So quite a few different options there. So I've got it set to the high heat option, and you've got your lint trap right here. Just want to make sure that gets changed for each and every load. Once you get your vent hose on the back that I was talking about there, kind of muffle that blower motor sound you hear. So it's a little louder right now than it would typically be in your own laundry room. and it's about 71 on top of the dryer. Open this up. See everything tumbling right inside the heating element tubes where the heat's going to pump out there. So it's nice and hot right there. Mixes with the clothes on the inside. Air exits right there where the lint trap catches it. Down and out the back of your dryer. So super important you make sure that lint trap is nice and clean and clear so it's got good airflow. But that's going to do it for this set here. I'll go ahead and get these listed up for sale. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.